Hi, and welcome back to the Boostly podcast. This is a podcast that gives you, the listener, the tools, the tactics, the trainings, and most importantly, the confidence so you can go out there and get yourself more direct bookings. This is the mini series on the Boostly podcast where we shine the spotlight on businesses, services, things happening, news in the industry. And today I'm really excited because we've got a special guest and we're shining the Boostly spotlight on Vanessa de Souza Lage, for the CEO of Sustonica. Now, welcome along, Vanessa. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. I'm delighted.
So first question, I know I've given a bit of an introduction, but can you really just give the elevator pitch, your history and the business, anything you want to tell us?
Sure. So I'm Vanessa de Souza Lage, and I've been in the industry for about 17 years. First as an online travel agent, type Airbnb, but sadly not as successful. And then as a channel manager, I was a co-founder of a channel manager called Rentals United. And about 2 years ago, I decided to found this company, which is called Sustonica. And Sustonica is the first certification for sustainability for short-term rentals. It came at a time when owners and property managers of short-term rentals needed a standard, a path, to follow in order to become more respectful of the environment, more respectful of the community. People were wondering, sustainability is a big, scary word. What do we do with it? What can we do? What are the simple steps and more complicated steps? And so we came with a criteria, with a standard that everybody can follow.
How and why did you get into this as a host? What made you so passionate about Sustonica and about the eco-friendliness?
What do you mean apart from obviously my education? So I was educated with sustainable lifestyle in mind. So I know it from very early on in my life, and I followed those principles throughout my life and influenced many of my friends. And so being a vegetarian and looking at the future, and obviously now recently all the news, something like 75% of UK adults have eco-anxiety. We get faced with terrible news about the environment, and I felt it was time to step up and do a business that is more mission-driven, something that will help hopefully change millions of vacation rental homes around the world. And I guess the even bigger mission with it is that we have a very special place in hospitality. We're able to influence so many people because they go through our homes, right? So if we show that we have implemented sustainable amenities, that we are taking care, more care, and with that, we're able to influence the guests that go through our homes so that on their return home, they may implement these things as well.
How do we know guests care about sustainability?
So we know they care thanks to very large surveys that have been done by the giants, the OTA giants in this industry. Both Booking.com and Expedia have done large surveys. And the one Booking.com stat that really stands out is that 80% of travelers want to travel more sustainably, and 68% of them would feel more comfortable. This is a really good stat for us. It's Sustonica, obviously. 60% of them would feel more comfortable traveling in an accommodation that has a certification.
We talked to Chris Mulhern from IPRAC talking about trust marketing and being certified. Certifications do make a big difference to decision making. This is why in the training industry, if you're certified, if you've got a CPD accreditation, if you're in the UK, that is, then it's trusted, and this is a really important thing. And when guests see that, it might be subconsciously but they're more likely to trust it, aren't they? So how does Sustonica solve this problem then for hosts?
So we offer a sustainability certification. It's a program that you enter. It's, as I said, sustainability has this really scary aspect to it. So people often think, I have to do structural changes, I have to put solar panels on my roof, I have to replace the heat pumps, etc. So it's not that. So there are very simple changes that everybody can make, that you can make at home and that you can make in your vacation rental. For example, not offering the small shampoo bottles in the bathroom with the shower gel and the shampoo, instead offering dispensers, making sure that the shampoo and the shower gel that you offer is free of microplastics. Offering toilet paper, I'm giving you very simple examples here, offering toilet paper that is from recycled paper as opposed to the normal type. Then, if you really want to have a little bit more, much more of an impact, really, because the whole situation with the planet is our dependency on fossil fuels, right? So the best thing that you can do is give a phone call to your electricity company, your energy company, and ask them to change your electricity to 100% renewable energy. Now, in some areas of the world, this is harder, in others it's easier, but it's definitely worth a try. And this, in our program, so once you have these things that we put together a criteria, and there's about 40 points, let's say. So you go through the criteria and you say what you have, what you don't have, and whatever you have, you would have to prove it. So in the example of the 100% renewable energy electricity, you would have to upload to our dashboard the invoice that proves that you have 100% renewable energy. So this is part documentation for things that we can't see in the flat. And then there's part photo tour. So the owner would go with our app, which is geolocalized. So we know that you are where you say you are, you can't cheat. And then you would take photos of, let's say, if you have an induction cooktop, the induction cooktop, the double glazed windows, the model of the fridge. And all of these proofs that you put together based on our criteria would then be sent to an external auditor automatically. And the auditor then validates all of these points, all of these photos and the documentation, and then gives us the go-ahead to issue the badge. Now, important again, it doesn't have to be scary and it doesn't have to be complicated. It's 20% of our criteria in order to get in and in order to receive your badge this year. Then every year, in order to renew the badge, you need to increase a little bit. You need to increase on this percentage. And that is a scaled percentage, depending. If you have 50% today, then you only need to increase by 2%. But if you have 20% today, then you need to increase by 4%. So we really think of it as a program. You're not going to do it perfectly from day one, but we give you the good tips and the good advice to keep on improving.
Let's throw the mic open. How can we get in touch? How can we learn more and come and follow the journey?
Thank you. It's sustonica.com. We have a very transparent website, I hope. Everything is out there, how we do it, what it is. Every point is explained. I'm hoping it's really easy to understand, and there's a test, a freely available test that you can take, and you tick what you have, and then it tells you at the end how many percentage you would have on our standard. And with that, you then sign up and provide your proofs, and there you have your badge. And if you wanted to contact me directly, I'm really open, really happy to answer any questions, and give you my email. It's Vanessa@sustonica.com.
If you do want to carry on this conversation and you listen to this on the podcast or YouTube, you can come and carry on talking about this in the hospitality community on Facebook. Come and share what you're doing to be sustainable, and go and check out Sustonica. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Boostly podcast. Boostly like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely. If you want my respect, you better put direct. Here are the words in the podcast. That's what comes next.